18-year-old will stay in jail until he's tried in the beating death of an 18-month-old child. Amarion Billups Wilson is believed to be the babysitter in this case, now charged in the death of Clylan Ewing. Police were called to a home on West Wiswall Street June 29th on the report of an unresponsive child. Clylan, 18 months old, was found with multiple obvious injuries like 2 broken ribs and bruising throughout his body. Other children told police that Billups Wilson was hitting the child multiple times, even pushing him down the stairs. Prosecutors now say he admitted to hitting the child, claiming he was intoxicated. He's also been charged with hurting another child, 5 months old. He's due back in court at the end of the month.